Grand Rising. This is Urban Team tapping in.
And Noah bring you the info. What is up, my family, my nationers? I gotta do it like I'm a president. My nationers, my family. Let's get to this crazy article, this topic, man, that I came across. And it ends off on a good note, though. It's terrible. It starts off really messed up, but it actually ends off with really good. But let's get to the topic. So, teen girl held captive by security guard over 10 years. Dang. So you hear these stories all the time. But let's get to her story. Let's get to this. So in February of 1996, Pennsylvania teen named Tanya Nicole Kach, dealing with her parents' divorce months prior and trying to skip class at Cornell Middle School from bullying. She was caught by a security guard, 38-year-old Thomas Tom Hose. That's his real name. It's like a comic book name, like a fake name. I don't know. Instead of taking her to the office, he took a liking to her, and they became close, showering her with gifts, flowers, and even money, sharing kisses in the stairwell. Ooh. She believed that she was in love, which of course, he manipulating. And when learning of her problems, gaining her trust, convincing her to move in with him. So the 10th of February, Hose lured her into his home and held her for 10 years. Can you imagine that? So the house where they lived in, he lived with his parents and his son. So he got a son, but they were just a few miles away from her parents. So she wasn't even that far. So let's get to a little video of her talking about the situation. So I'm gonna turn it on right now. We're gonna get to it. Ready? 1, 2, bam!
My mother wasn't in my life at that point. My dad completely forgot he even had a daughter, and we were living under the same roof. I was hanging around the wrong crowd.
A man who was taking charge.
So pretty much Hose's parents, they later claimed that they never even knew that the victim was even in the house, which we're gonna get to that more later too. So Thomas was sentenced to 15 years in prison. After serving, he was released in 2022 as a registered sex offender. Sorry, I said it wrong. Registered sex offender. So during the first 4 years, though, she wasn't allowed to leave the house, and the bedroom second story is up, when she was kept locked inside, sexually abused daily, using cans as a toilet, while he brought her scraps of food from his meals. Even worse, recording pretty much everything sexually that they did in a journal. So, what I'm saying? It's nuts, man, for what he was doing to her. Threatening to kill her too if she would have got away. So during that time, turning 18, that's when he introduced her to the family and friends, and pretty much as a lived-in girlfriend. Then he called her Nikki Allen, even allowing her to leave the home on occasions, believing that at this point she would not run away, and she said in the statement that he trusts me enough to go out because he knew I was brainwashed. She said going to church and going to the neighborhood deli, but had a curfew. During her brief outing, she began working part-time as a deli. So they needed money though, and developing a friendship with the owner, finally telling him about the situation. And this was in March of 2006. So this is horrible, but she did get free. So now Tanya is older and she's even married, even got a GED, attending college, even wrote a book. Even wrote a book. It's called, the title of it is called Memory of Milk Carton Kid, Tanya Kach Story. So, yeah, man. Could you imagine being locked up for 10 years somewhere? Like, just, that goes back to what I was going to talk about kids being lost and dealing with issues at their house, their homes. Dealing with parents and get treated wrong, they running away, and being took advantage of. And this guy, he was a security guard at school. He wasn't no psycho dude running down the street nowhere. He was a dude that you thought was trustworthy. So, you can't trust anybody. But like I said, watch your kids and take care of your kids, man. Like, and talk to your kids. Talk to them and interact with them. Make sure you're not dealing with nothing crazy like that. Because sometimes, sometimes the kids be fast, but they say fast ass sometimes too. And she was one of them too. Not saying she did anything to get to that point, but they get manipulated. And he was grooming her. So, you know what I'm saying? So being more interactive with your kids and dealing with that kind of stuff, talking to them about issues like marriages breaking up and all that kind of stuff. And the parents really didn't interact with her that much. And that's what led to her running away. And you know what I'm saying? So that's all I had to say with this. So I'm glad that she survived this, because it could have went the other way. It could have went her getting killed. It could have, we hear these stories all the time, especially where was this at? Was it Chicago or Atlanta? It was like, I can't remember how many young black girls missing. Young black girls being missing. I can't remember where was this at. But yeah, people don't hunt them down and try to, and end up getting in sex trafficking and other things. So like I said, it's funny. Even in my scenario, I remember when I was younger, I'm gonna tell you a story with me. I remember a white Cadillac pulled up. This is back, it's back in the day. White Cadillac, and stopped. And I don't remember seeing the guy. I don't remember seeing the dude. I just remember it stopped right in front of our house. This is when all the kids were playing at the time. So I ran away. All the other kids ran away. So finally, the car drove off fast. So it was trying to do something. So I told the teacher the next day that my parents found out, and they talked about it. So they had to pretty much like a neighborhood watch thing, because I could have got kidnapped. I was too smart for that kind of stuff. But like I said, you gotta watch your kids. You gotta protect them. That's all I gotta say. So but she survived this. Many don't survive. But it's third party. It's Noah. Like, share, subscribe. Get us going, y'all. Get us going. I'm Noah, and I'm out. Peace.